Welcome to Kicked, the easy way to run your junior rugby league team on match day. In this walkthrough, we'll set up an under-9s team, run a full game from kick-off to final whistle, and pick a player of the match. The same flow applies all the way from under-8s up to under-12. And along the way, we'll point out what's different at each age group, including the vest you'll need to manage from under-8s and the move to name positions from under-10s onwards. Let's get started. A quick note before we start. If your club has gifted you a club subscription, most of your team setup will already be done for you. Your team name, age group, sport, and players will be there waiting when you open Kicked. You can skip past the next bit and jump straight to checking everything looks right. If not, let's set your team up from scratch. You'll pick your team name, choose Rugby League as your sport, and select your age group. Then add your players one by one. Just tap Add Player and pop in their name and shirt number. Choose your match format from the Format buttons, quarters for under-8s and under-9s, halves from under-10s up. Pick the length that matches your local league. At under-8s and under-9s, you'll set a rotation time. This is how often Kicked reminds you to swap players on and off the field, so everyone gets a fair go. Pick what suits your squad and your local rules. From under-10s onwards, Rugby League uses planned interchanges instead of a rotation timer. You map out your subs ahead of time on the Interchange tab, and Kicked alerts you at the minute each one is due. We'll come back to that later in the walkthrough. Optional, training days. You can also tick the days your team trains so you can take attendance during the week. You can also choose whether parents are allowed to vote for the player of the match after each game. Just tap to turn it on or off, whatever suits your team. Optional, extended stats for under-10s to under-12s. If you're running a strong squad at under-10s, under-11s, or under-12s and you want to track tackles, errors, line breaks and so on, there's an extended stats toggle on the season screen. Flip it on and you'll get the same stat panel that senior teams use. Parents can follow along live during the game, see the score, and vote for the player of the match. To invite them, just share your team's join code. You'll find it on your team screen with a Share Join Link button right beside it. Pop the link into your team's Facebook group, WhatsApp chat, or wherever your team shares information. Parents tap the link and they're in. And if you've got an assistant coach, there's a separate code to share with them too, so they can help run the game from their own phone. Need a fill-in for the day? Tap Add Guest Player to pop someone into the squad just for this game. Now we're on the home screen. This is where everything starts. From here you can jump into setting up your next game. Tap Start Game when you're ready to play. There's also a training attendance button here, so you can keep a quick tally of who's turning up during the week. Before kickoff, let's get the field ready. This is where the biggest difference between the age groups shows up, so let's walk through it. Under-8s and under-9s, numbered slots. At under-8s and under-9s, mini footy doesn't use name positions. Kids just run on and play. So Kicked shows your 8 on-field spots as numbered slots 1 through 8. Tap each slot and pick the player who'll start there, or hit auto-fill, and Kicked will do it for you, based on your squad. Under-10s and under-11s, 11-a-side mod league. This is the first age group where Kicked shows a proper rugby league field with name positions. You'll see 11 positions laid out across the pitch, fullback at the back, then left wing, left centre, and right wing across the next line. Then 5/8 and halfback in the middle, and your front row. Prop, hooker, prop, with a lock behind them. 11 positions for 11 on the field, the standard mod league format. Tap any position to assign a player or hit autofill to populate everything in one go. Under-12s, 13-a-side, the senior layout. At under-12s, Mod League steps up to the full 13-a-side layout, the same shape used in the senior game. Same backs and halves as under-10s and under-11s. But now you've got 2 second-row forwards as well, sitting between the front row and the lock. Coaches often note this is the age group where the team starts looking like proper rugby league. Everyone. Pre-match prep. Whichever age group you're coaching, if any players didn't show up today, mark them as absent so they're left out of the rotation. One more handy tip before kickoff. Turn on game day mode from the home screen. This turns your screen brightness up to 100%, so it's nice and easy to read out in the sun, and it stops your phone from going to sleep mid-game. We recommend leaving your phone running for the whole match. But don't worry if it does drop off. When you're back in the app, just resume the game, and if you need to, you can skip ahead and finish each quarter or half right from the game screen. When everyone's set, tap Start Game, allow notifications, and you're off. Here's the live game screen. Let's walk through what you can see. At the very top, you've got the period, Q1 for the first quarter, Q2, Q3, Q4 at under 8s and under 9s, or H1 and H2 for halves at under 10s and up. Right next to that is the running score. Us is your team, them is the other side. And the game timer ticks away so you always know how much time has passed. Below that is the green field. At under 8s and under 9s, you'll see your 8 numbered slots. From under 10s onwards, you'll see the name position cells we set up in the previous step. Either way, the bench sits along the bottom, the players who are often waiting for their next rotation. Scoring is dead simple. When your team scores a try, tap the green US button on the left of the field. The button will change to say tap player, then just tap the player on the field who scored. The try is logged against that player and your score ticks up by 4 points. If your kicker slots the conversion, you can log that too. There's a small stat panel where you can record it, plus penalty goals and field goals for the older age groups who do that sort of thing. If the other team scores, tap the blue them button on the right of the field. A small menu pops up so you can pick what they scored, usually a try, sometimes a conversion. Tap and their score goes up. If you've turned on extended stats for under 10s, under 11s or under 12s, the them button gets a penalty conceded option as well, handy for tracking discipline through the game. Made a mistake? Long press either score area to undo the most recent score. This is a big one, and it's specific to under 8s through under 12s. The 2026 NRL Junior Laws introduced 2 vested roles, the first receiver vest in yellow and the dummy half vest in pink. These are rotating roles, not positions. They sit on top of whatever else the player is doing, and they're worn so the referee can see them clearly. On the player chips in kicked, the badges show the short forms, FR for first receiver, DH for dummy half. But throughout this walkthrough, we'll use the full names. Which vests are in play depends on the age. Under 8s, first receiver only. Under 9s, first receiver and dummy half. Under 10s, under 11s and under 12s, first receiver and dummy half. The rules of vest rotation. A vest must be worn for the whole period, a whole quarter at under 8s and under 9s, or a whole half from under 10s onwards. A player can only wear a vest once per match. So if Sam wears the first receiver vest in Q1, they can't wear it again. Someone else has to take it for Q2, Q3, and Q4. The same applies to the dummy half vest separately. A player can wear first receiver once and dummy half once in a match, but never the same vest twice. Kicked enforces these rules for you, so you don't have to keep track yourself. When you're setting up your lineup, you'll see a vests section just below the field, with a row for each vest in play. Tap a row, pick the player you want to wear that vest for that period, easy. If a player has already worn that vest in an earlier period of this match, they'll appear greyed out with already worn beside their name. Kicked won't let you pick them again. If a vested player goes off the field, through injury or a normal substitution, kicked will spot that the vest is unworn and a yellow banner pops up reminding you to pick a replacement. Tap the banner and the same picker opens. Choose someone on the field. Done! At the end of each quarter or half, you'll see a vests section in the period break card as well. That's where you set first receiver and dummy half for the next quarter or half before kickoff. Same picker, same no repeat rule. Set them, then tap start Q2 or start second half and you're back into it. The vests are designed to make sure the acting half and first receiver roles get shared around, so it's not just the 2 confident kids running everything every match. Kick tracks who's worn what across the whole season, and at season's end you can see a vest wears card on your stats screen so you can confirm everyone's had a fair go in both roles. If you want to swap a player at any time, it's simple. At under 8s and under 9s, tap the player on the field you want to bring off. Their slot will light up amber, and the bench section will go amber too with the message, tap to bring on. Just tap the bench player you want to bring on, and they'll swap over. At under 10s, under 11s, and under 12s where positions are named, you've got 2 ways to do this. Plan an interchange ahead of time, tap the IC tab on the lineup screen and add a planned interchange. Set the minute using the slider, pick who's coming off and who's going on. When the match clock hits that minute, kick will pop up an alert reminding you to make the swap. Sub on the fly. Tap the player on the field, then tap the bench player, exactly the same as under 8s and under 9s. Either way, kicked keeps track of everyone's minutes for you and the interchange counts towards your team's interchange limit. Mod League allows up to 10 interchanges per match. If a player gets a knock, press and hold their name on the field. You'll get the option to mark them as injured. This takes them out of the rotation so they won't be picked to go back on automatically. The bench then lights up amber with the message, tap to fill injured slot. Just tap the bench player you want to take their spot and they're on. If the injured player was wearing a vest, you'll get the vest reassignment prompt straight after. Pick someone else to wear the vest for the rest of the period. When the injured player's feeling better, just tap their name in the injured list and choose Mark OK. They go back to the bench and they're ready to play again. For under 8s and under 9s, you'll see the next rotation panel. This is where Kicked helps you give every player a fair go. On the left, under Going On, you'll see the players coming off the bench next. On the right, under Coming Off, you'll see the players who are about to be subbed off, along with how many minutes they've played so far. If you want to change who's coming off, just tap the player on the right you want to swap out. The matching field players will light up amber. Those are the kids Kicked considers fair swaps. Tap the one you'd rather take off and Kicked will update the rotation card. Important note for the older age groups, players currently wearing the first receiver or dummy half vest are excluded from the rotation candidates because the laws say they have to play the whole period in their role. Kicked handles this automatically. You'll just notice they're not in the coming off column when they're vested. When your rotation time is up, a yellow banner pops up to remind you it's time to swap. You can tap Rotate Now to do it straight away, or Dismiss if it's not a good moment. Best practice is to wait for a natural break in play, a knock-on, a try, a kick, and have a quick word with the referee before bringing your players on and off. Just after a swap, the Rotate button takes a short breather before it's ready again. That's normal. It's just stopping accidental double swaps. When the period is over, or if you started the game a bit late and want the timer to catch up to the real match, just tap Finish Quarter or Finish Half at the bottom of the screen. You'll see a period time report showing every player and how many minutes they've played so far. And right at the top, your fairness summary for under 8s through under 11s. Anyone under 12. This is the heart of what Kicked does. It tracks the spread between your most played and least played players and shows you the average minutes across the team. If anyone's falling behind, you'll get a clear flag and a list of who needs more minutes, so you know exactly who to get back on in the next period. You'll also see the vests section for the next quarter or half right here. Pick first receiver and dummy half for the next period before you kick off. Kicked won't let you pick anyone who's already worn that vest earlier in the match. When everything's set, tap Start Q2 for whichever period is next, and you're back into it. Q2, Q3, and Q4, or just H2 for the older age groups, run exactly the same way. The rotation timer keeps ticking, the score keeps updating, vests get rotated, and you get a short break with a fresh fairness summary between each period. When the final period is finished, tap Finish Quarter or Finish Half to wrap up play. Now for the fun part, voting. If parent voting is turned on, parents can now cast their votes through their phones. They'll see the players and pick who they thought was the best on the day. Once the parents are done, it's your turn as coach. You get 2 votes, one for your player of the match and one for the runner-up. Coach votes count for a bit more than parent votes, so you've got the final say. When all the voting's in, tap End Game. Kicked takes you to the game results screen and reveals your player of the match and the runner-up, perfect for that post-match team huddle. You'll also see the day's fairness summary here, under 8s through under 11s, so you can see at a glance that everyone got their fair go on the field. If you head over to the Stats tab, you'll also find the Vest Wears card, showing how many times each kid has worn first receiver and dummy half across the season. For under 8s through under 11s, you'll see a fairness percentage on this card too. For under 12s, the percentage drops off, but the per player wear counts stay, so you can still see who's had a turn in each role, even though season fairness framing is less important at that age. Gather your players around, give them a clap, and celebrate the day's stars. It's an awesome way to finish every game. And that's Kicked across under 8s through under 12s. Junior Rugby League match day made simple. Set up your team, manage your vests, run your quarters or halves, give every kid a fair go on the field, and finish with a moment everyone remembers. Thanks for watching. See you on the sideline.